Hey, good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. I've got the chat open. Do me a favor and drop who you are and where you are in the chat. I'm going to make sure it's working. It wasn't last week. Drop who you are and where you are. If you're very observant, you'll notice that I'm in the airport. And you are getting Monday Morning Mindset live today. And I do hope that you can hear me. If for some reason you cannot, please let me know. Monday Morning Mindset. Airport Edition. I'm Erin from Grow Catch Fire. And in case you have no idea, or never seen this before, this is what we do. We help people get unstuck and on purpose and build happy second halves. And we do it from airports. So, welcome. Good morning. We're going to talk about one of my absolute favorite things to talk about. Let me just check my sound settings right fast and make sure that everything is copacetic. Yep, looks good. Okay. While the call loads up. We're going to talk about identity today. And the truth is, hi, Nita. Yes, you can hear me. That's good. How do you like the airport version today? How many of you guys are going to be flying this week for Thanksgiving week? Question. Actually, it's not a question. Second question. Yeah, great background. Thanks. So we're talking about identity this morning, and it is literally my favorite thing to talk about, and I could talk about it for 20 years. But I'm not going to. I'm going to try to keep it tight because we have 15 minutes together. But one of the things that I love about having a coach, and I have my own and have had for many years, is that coaches will stand by and ask you questions about the things you care about that you won't ask yourself, things that you are not thinking of. This is what coaching does, right? And one of the questions that I love to ask my clients when they're thinking about something that they want to do maybe in the next 12 months, you might want to write this one down. What do I need to believe about myself to get this done? See, like whoever asks themselves that question, most people don't, right? Which is why people like me do, okay? So let's just say, for the sake of talking about it, you've decided with the next 12 months of your life, which this is the end of the year, 2024, this is what everybody thinks about. Like, what am I doing next year? What goals am I setting? What if you decided one of your goals for the next 12 months was to make better friends, more friends, different friends, deeper friends? Pick whatever you want. Now, the way most people go about this is they think, oh, it's just a brainstorming, it's just a project. And that's okay. You can do it like that. So maybe you would say, okay, let me put together some ideas for how to do that. Well, I know somebody who has a book club, and maybe I'll just go to that and see how it goes, or maybe I'll find somewhere to volunteer, and yeah, I'll just kind of see who I meet there, and or on and on. You catch what I'm throwing? This is how most people do it, and it's not bad. This is not a bad approach. What I'm saying is there's a better one. And the better one is to consider what my coach, Lisa, used to tell me all the time. She told everybody this. She said, anything that had ever changed about my life, I changed my identity around it first. And then I changed my rules to match. Pause and call me to consider that. Anything I've ever changed about my life, I changed my identity around it first. And then I changed my rules to match. I think I heard that 4 years ago and I wrote it down. And it's something that I pay a lot of attention to because it's right. Because most people try to stumble into the changes they want to make. Like they just kind of throw spaghetti at the wall and see what sticks. What I want you to do is get intentional about it. I want you to think about who you would have to be to get what you want before you even start to go after it. This is what coaching is for, because I bet you didn't think of that. If you've worked with me, you've thought of that, right? Because I say it all the time. So let me give you an example. Let's just say with our making friends example, the first thing I want you to do is to get really clear on what you even mean by having more community, making more friends, having better friends, deeper friends. What do you even mean? I want you to get really granular about it. I want you to envision it, to see it. Well, what I mean is I want to have friends that I have boats. I'm just making this up. Because I have a boat and it would be fun to have friends to go out with and friends who want to go diving. And boy, that's a very specific subset of people, isn't it? I also want to, get really close with them. I want to have like a crew that I can do stuff with outdoors on the water. Okay, great. That is a vision, right? And so you can see it in your mind, can't you? That's step one. Write that down. That's step one. Is get very, very clear on what it is you're trying to create. And in this case, it's friends with boats. Okay, cool. The second thing is, what do I believe about myself now with regard to making friends? Take a little inventory. What do I believe now? Let's see. I believe that, oh, I'm shy, and I, friends are hard to make. Um, people use you all the time. I'm just making stuff up. But you see what's happening, right? Can you see how what I believe, my identity around making friends, if it is unconsidered, if it's subconscious, right? If it's implicit rather than explicit, how it's going to mess me up, right? So what do you think now? Like, what do you believe now about your ability to make friends? Take a little inventory. Okay, third step. Ready? What do I need to believe about myself to make the kind of friends that are in this vision of mine? Oof. All of a sudden, like doors are opening all over the place. Well, I think probably I would need to believe, let's say that I'm fun to be with. I would need to believe that I'm a good person. I need to believe that I'm a good friend. I'm a person that's fun to go diving with. I'm loyal and I'm trustworthy, and I'm willing to put out the effort to make the friends that I want to make. Those are beliefs that will get you closer to what it is that you're seeing in your mind that you want to create. You see how different that is than, oh, I might just go join a book club or something. It's very different. It's a very different approach, right? So again, what do I need to believe to get where it is I'm after? Ask yourself a question, right? So, all right, so maybe, sorry, I was about to skip something. I don't want to skip it. Isn't this fun when we do stuff live as you just get to see me fumble through things? It's cool. Okay, because the reason that you want to make sure that you know what you're thinking about prior to trying to go get it, or what you believe about yourself, is that what you aim at, you hit. So if you want to go make some new good friends that happen to have boats and like diving, but you think that you're shy and you think that you aren't a very good friend and you're kind of unwilling to go and put yourself out there, how well are you going to do? How close are you going to get to what it is that you're aiming for? Probably not very close. So what I'm telling you is change your identity around it first and then change your rules to match, because what you aim at, you hit. I say that all the time to my clients. Sorry, there's an announcement. I say all the time to my clients, what you aim at, you hit. If you're learning to snowboard, your instructor, and you're skiing the trees or snowboarding through the trees for the first time, your instructor will tell you, don't look at the trees. Look at the line between the trees. Because if you're looking at the trees, you're going to hit the trees and you're going to wind up in a tree well. It's a problem. Okay? So what you aim at, you hit. So make sure you know what you are believing. You have changed your belief, changed your identity around what it is you want beforehand. All right? Now, let's just say, for the sake of talking about it, that the friends example is a little too opaque for you. Let me give you another one. Ready? Do you guys like all my friends that are joining me? Airport time. Let's talk about money. All right. Let's say in the next 12 months you want to net $200,000. What just came up for you when I said that? What just came up? What popped up? Something popped into your head. What was it? I have a feeling that whatever it was that popped up in your head is your money identity. So here's what I know. Unless you examine those beliefs and you decide you change your identity around money first before you start to chase whatever that $200,000 net is, if you get anywhere close to $200,000, you'll sabotage yourself. If one of the beliefs in your head was like, who needs to make that kind of money? Rich people are jerks. Oh, must be nice, something like that. Whatever came up, if it is not consistent with what it is you want, in this case, netting $200,000 in your business, it will surface and it will sabotage you. That's why you've got to think about, what do I need to believe in order to get what I want? And I love to use money as an example because most of us have really heavy subconscious money beliefs. And if you have a big money goal in the next 12 months, even a small money goal, you've got to excavate what you currently believe subconsciously and then think about, what would I need to believe in order to achieve this goal? And the cool thing is you don't have to make this all up yourself. You can borrow these beliefs from somebody else. Like, has anybody ever netted $200,000 in a 12-month period? Of course, people do it all the time. What do those people believe about money, about what's possible? What do they believe? And could I borrow some of those beliefs and install them in myself? So you don't even have to start from scratch. You don't have to reinvent the wheel, right? You can borrow somebody else's. So steps again are, number one, you want to get really clear on what it is you're trying to create, whether it's friends with boats or money in your business or whatever. Get very clear on that. And you want to be able to see it. You want to be able to visualize it often, like daily. So you really know, very, very clear on what it is that you want. And then take a little inventory. What do I believe now about my ability to make friends, about my ability to make money? What stuff is coming up? And how true are those things? What else might be true? Right? So often we do not challenge the things that we believe, especially in hot topic areas like money. Well, my granny was broke, and my parents were broke. I'll always be broke. Why? How true is that? What else might be true? You see, this is what coaching is for. You have all these big ideas about stuff you want to do, but you're going about it in a way that is inconsistent with your identity. Tony Robbins is very famous for saying the most fundamental force in human personality is the need to stay consistent with how we identify or without how we define ourselves. I'll say it again. The most powerful force in the human personality is our need to stay consistent with how we define ourselves. Tony Robbins said that. And that's what I mean. Like, if you have not done the work ahead of time to align your identity with what it is you are chasing, you will find a way to sabotage it so you can be consistent with your identity. So we got to do identity work. This is what coaching is for, right? So we can help. You say, well, wait a second. What is it you believe about money currently? Oh, okay. Well, is that going to help you get where you need to go? And also, how true is it? What else might be true? All right. So again, the steps are get really super clear. Second step is to take an inventory on what you actually believe about whatever it is you're going to try to chase. And then third is, what would I need to believe? What would I need to think in order to get what it is that I want? Okay, what would I have to believe about myself to get that done? See how powerful it is? Okay, and so then what you're going to do is you're going to practice. You're going to make this a habit. You're going to condition these behaviors every day. So let's go back to the money example. I want to net $200,000 next year. Okay, cool. Great. I've already done my inventory. I know what kind of junk beliefs and identities I have around money that are going to sabotage me. If I get anywhere close to that amount, they're going to sabotage me. So I've already kind of cleaned those out. Now, what would I need to believe? Well, I would need to believe that I can figure everything out. I would need to believe that I'm consistent. I would need to have a pretty good why. For me personally, like if this were me, I would need to have a pretty good why around that money. Like, why? Why do you want the money? What do you want to do with it? I would need to believe that I'm wise, and then place things I don't know I can get help with. I don't have to figure everything out myself. Do you see how much more empowering these beliefs are and how much more likely they are to get me where I want to go? This is the part that people miss. They skip this part. And I don't want you to skip it. So today, this week, I want you to think about something that you're thinking about for the next 12 months. And I know you've got something, right? Get really clear on what that thing is. Take your inventory of what your identity is around it now. I'm not smart enough. I'm not good enough. It's too hard. I'm not capable. Ugh, whatever. You got to rip that stuff out. You got to rip that stuff out and then reinstall new beliefs and then condition them. Get into the gym with the new beliefs. By the way, we're making this all up anyway. You might as well make up something you like. It's true. You can believe anything you want. You don't have to believe things that were installed by your culture, your family, your religion. You don't have to believe the things that you just have always been taught. You can challenge that stuff and say, is this really true? How true is this? And is this helping me get closer to what I want? That's it. Whew, go me. Hope you guys have a really happy Thanksgiving. Thank you for being here. Have a great day. We're going to turn this off now.